So we've just seen the latest leaks on the GoPro Hero 12 come in, and they're quite exciting. So according to these new photo leaks, we can see the new GoPro Hero 12 could feature a 1-inch sensor. The thing that strikes me as odd about this though is that it's on the side where usually we would see the number that the GoPro is. So on the Hero 11 it had the 11 or the 10 or the 9, 8, yada yada yada. But this time, this one is showing 1 inch. So whether that's a separate version of the GoPro, so there's now going to be a GoPro 1 inch as well as a GoPro Hero 12, that remains to be seen. The most interesting thing for me is that it now shows 4K 240 frames per second. Now, if they're able to achieve that in that little GoPro camera, that will be absolutely amazing. So every year on year, GoPro always finds a way to convince me to buy the latest upgrade. And I'm telling you now, 4K 240 is 100% a step in that right direction. If it's 4K 240 frames per second, I will buy it on release day, absolutely no problem. Now why is that? Well,
slow-mo
allows you to do some really cool things with like popping balloons or just capturing action that the human eye wouldn't necessarily see. And being able to get that in all of the 4K glory would just make it slot perfectly well in other footage you already have in other videos that you're making. So for me, 4K 240 will be an absolute game changer. Now if they couple that with a higher bit rate to improve the quality, then that'll be astounding. And really what I'd love as well, if they're upping 4K to 240, that means that there's potential that in the lower resolutions, say 2.7K, we could get even higher frame rates, which means slowing things down to a beautifully slow speed so you can capture all the detail of anything that you do in slow-mo. The flutter of a butterfly's wing, or the tear rolling down the eye of your lost child when you find them.
Oh no!
Anything like that. And that'd be great for me. So things I would like to see as well that aren't necessarily confirmed in the leaks. I would love it if they could bring the 10-bit codec up to 422 rather than just the 420 that is currently in it. This feature, people don't seem to bang on about it much, but I wish that the HDMI output when attached to a media mod was 4K or even higher if possible, because it's currently limited to 1080p. So if you're able to externally display and record above 1080p, that would be really good. So fingers crossed they make that happen.